Did you know that credit cards can be a tool to build your wealth, not just another bill to pay? See, most people look at credit cards as bad. They use them, but they look at them as a negative thing because it's just another bill. So what I want to do today is I want to teach you my top 6 credit card hacks so you can get your credit cards working for you instead of them working against you. That's the main bottom line here. So let's get right into this. So the first hack is this. Now this is tough for some of you, but I want you to get in the habit of doing this. The first hack is to pay off your balance every single month. If you do this properly, and it took me a long time to do this, but we are now effectively doing this. If you plan to pay off your balance every month, which requires proper budgeting, it requires planning, and you got to know what you're spending on it and make sure you have enough. But if you do that, you'll never ever get charged interest on that credit card. You got to pay it off in a certain amount of time. But if you're using the credit card's money, that gives you a huge leg up. And that will also be some of the other hacks. So the second hack is use the card for needs, not wants. So most people love using their credit cards for everything because it's convenient. You pull the card out for every single thing, but are they things that you need or are they things that you want? Needs would be food. Needs would be fuel. Needs would be your utility bills. Those are needs, things that you must have to live. Wants? Oh, I want those new Air Jordans. Oh, they're on sale for $195. Swipe. I want you to start really thinking about it. Before you swipe the card, I want you to think about whether or not you really need it or if you only want it. Okay? That's important. The third hack is never miss a payment. If you skip a payment, this is going to negatively impact you in a massive way. And I don't know why people would do this. The minimum payments are pretty low on them if you don't get crazy with running up huge balances. So if you don't skip a payment, you pay early. And the easiest way to do that today is just grab your phone and set up a bill pay so that every month at least the bare minimum is going to be made. And you don't even need to think about it. Out of sight, out of mind. So you set that up in your bill pay. So every single month, let's just say your minimum payment's $50. Great. It mails $50 and overcompensate too. If it's 50 minimum, go 75 just so in case you run the balance up a little bit more. $75 you already know is out of sight, out of mind going to be sent. And then if you happen to forget, you're on vacation or something else, when you get back, then you pay the balance off. Okay? That's very important. Use automation. Use the features that don't cost us anything like bill pay to make sure that you never skip or miss a payment. The fourth credit card hack is use the credit card as a budgeting tool. So it's very easy to lose sight of a budget. But when you're using a credit card and just have one credit card that pays for all your needs, right? And then have another credit card that's for the wants because you can really control that a little bit better. It's not bad to have a whole bunch of different credit cards, and we'll get to that in a second. But the most important thing is the one you're going to use for your bills, your normal needs. I want you to use your credit card as a budgeting tool. And most credit cards even have this function, like I know Amex does. So Amex will allow you to use your credit card to help budgeting. It will allocate different expenses you have in proper categories. And if you get really good at this, some of these can even integrate with your bookkeeping if you're doing bookkeeping in some different thing. Sometimes the credit card will actually dump all that information in something like QuickBooks. Those are things that can be really good for budgeting. Because if you use your credit card for budgeting, every single month you can just compare what you spent to what you budgeted. Piece of cake. It'll keep you on track. It'll keep you in the right direction and it'll allow you not to get silly with that credit card expenditures. The fifth thing, this is something that I love. And me and my entire team use this probably more than most. So we use our credit cards. We have a bunch of credit cards, but we use them for everything from buying supplies for the flips that we do to buying all the supplies, paying for all the airfare for me traveling around and speaking, hotels, staff going and traveling, anything goes on a credit card. And every single month we know what our budgets are because we use QuickBooks to come up with our budgets and we just compare what QuickBooks said to what we spent on the credit card, and we do use an Amex. But what we get, what we've gotten really good, and we pay the balance off every month, is we get crazy points, which all come back to rewards. And then my staff can use those rewards to buy things that we need for business. Sometimes we need paper. Sometimes we need ink for the printers. Sometimes we just need other stuff. She will use those points to buy these things. That didn't cost me anything. Those were given to us because of our usage of the credit card. But you got to be careful. A lot of people put the points in front of this other stuff. The rewards and the points are a secondary reward. If you master all the other hacks that I just gave you up to this point, then the rewards, now then you can really benefit and really kind of dig into them. But don't use that the wrong way. Don't be like, I'm going to use my credit card because I'm going to get points and then not be able to pay it off. Because the amount of interest you're going to pay will far, far outweigh any rewards the credit card company is going to ever give you. They're not dumb. They know the game. And they know that there's a large percentage of you that are not going to pay that credit card off. So they know they're going to get their interest. And the interest can be 20, 25, 29%. Their rewards aren't going to come close to that. But the fifth hack can be very valuable if you use it properly. And the sixth thing, and this is something that I learned not all that long ago that's really, really important. The sixth hack is don't be afraid of having multiple credit cards. Don't be afraid of having lots of credit cards. Be afraid of overutilizing your credit card balances. So here's the thing. Figure out what your budgets are and figure out how much money every single month that you would need to use on your credit card. Great. Now, maybe you've only got one credit card, okay? And that one credit card's got just enough balance to cover all those needs. Don't do that. Okay, if you're not going to pay it off every month, here's the thing. Every month, make sure that your credit card's total limit never exceeds 10% of the allowable amount. So if you're allowed 10 grand, then $1,000 is the most you should ever allow to carry over on that credit card. It's a 10% utilization. This is the optimum utilization. If you use under 10% or under of your balance on each credit card. Now, I didn't say you couldn't have 15 credit cards, all of which you can use 10% on. And if you do that automatic bill pay thing, that should be pretty easy for you to stay on top of this stuff, okay? Because it could be a lot if you were managing 15 different credit cards. But with technology today, it's not very hard. You're the only reason it would get hard because if you just get loose with your credit card spending or you give it to your kids or your spouse and they get loose with it, well, now you got yourself a problem. But if you stay under this 10%, the credit card companies will continually keep wanting to give you more credit. They will continually want you to get more rewards. They will keep giving and giving and giving. Do you know why? They want you to spend more money. And they're going to try to entice you to do that. But you know the game. Take their credit, allow them to give you more rewards, allow them to give you better benefits. These things can all be to your advantage. You see, these are just hacks. These are 6 hacks. So I'm just going to recap the 6 hacks. Hack number 1, pay your balance off every month. Hack number 2, use your cards for needs, not wants. Hack number 3, never miss a payment. You can't skip payments, folks. Hack number 4, use your credit cards as a budgeting tool. Hack number 5, use the reward cards and make sure you're maximizing all those points and rewards that you get. And hack number 6, and the most important, stay under the 10% utilization, which means never use more than 10% of the credit limit if you got to carry a balance over. That's it, 10% per card. So those are the 6 hacks that you need to understand about credit cards. If you follow these 6, you will have tremendous success using credit cards. If you don't follow 6, well, I have other videos that will show you how to get out of debt and how to pay all of them off, but it's going to be a long journey that you should have never been on anyway. So just stick to the fundamental 6 hacks that I gave you. So if you like this video, then why don't you check that one out right there. It's how to save 10% of your money. Because that also is going to be very important. It's not only 10% of your usage. Why don't you learn how to save 10% and follow law number 1 of wealth? Well, while you're at it, why don't you do me a solid, okay? Right down at the bottom, subscribe to this channel. And then right at the top, smash that alerts button so every time I put a new video up, you're notified. Go out there and hack the hell out of those credit card companies. We'll see you on the other side.